Welcome to this quick tutorial on how to get a simple suite, JULES suite running using rows. So, step 1, cache your MetOffice password. I have a nice little alias that does the hard work. My password. Okay, so that's running. Next, we set Rosie Go going, and this brings up all our suites that we have installed locally and gives us access to various other suites. This tutorial is based at people who have all these kind of things linked up already. If you need help with that, I might make another video for that sort of stuff as well. So I've set up a suite to use for this tutorial, BB219. You just do a search of that, and you can see there, that's my name. And we pop it open. Oh, I already had it downloaded. It might take a bit longer than that when you do it, because it has to download and then open. Anyway, we open it up and it's got all these horrible error messages. So this tutorial will figure out what those error messages are and correct them. So let's just go through this one at a time. So this is the suite info. It just gives us a nice description of what the suite does. This is just for a Center for Ecology and Hydrology simulation. So it's based on runs that we can do on our computers here. We come to the suite configuration, some simple options there regarding parallelization. I don't have any of that on my desktop, so I'm just going to leave those both at 1. Right, the FCM make. So this was one of the first errors that popped up, and you can see here the path to the metadata is a fictional path. So we need to change that to our actual path. I'm going to just open up another terminal. Very sharp. I'll just minimize here. Pop open another terminal. Okay, so I keep all my JULES downloads in one folder, which is my home directory, and we're going to be using the version 5.2 release, so we'll change into version 5.2. And this is what you will download from the JULES website. You can see there is a folder called Rows Meta. Let's change into Rows Meta. And we want the FCM metadata, so cd FCM. We've got various different versions here. So this is the version release metadata for 4 all the way through to 5.2, and then this folder called the head. The head is basically the most up-to-date version of the JULES installation you have here. Because I've downloaded the version 5.2 release, head and VN 5.2 should be the same, but my practice is to always do point the metadata to the head so that it picks up any changes that you've added yourself, should you ever become a bit of a developer. So I recommend pointing your metadata to the head, and we do that by there. And you saw there that this just changed to build configuration. That's because it's picked up the metadata and it now knows how to deal with all the various things that you require for your FCM make. If you didn't know, FCM make is just the make command that you use to compile your JULES. So first thing it requires, it needs to know where JULES is. So let's just come back to the top directory of JULES. Where this underscore, that's where the SRC folder is. Let's take that there. I'm just going to leave all these the same. This is custom settings, local, a G4 tran compilation. None of this parallelization stuff, unfortunately, at my local. We have the netcdf compilation options, and these are just the paths to where your netcdf files are located. If you have different locations for your include and library files, like we do at CH, you'll have to state those there. So that's all that set up, and we'll just click save and move on. So actually, I'll show you this working in real time. Actually, so before I put any metadata, I put all this huge list of things, which is not very informative, doesn't really help very much, doesn't give me any information about any of the parameters in there. If I come to here, we're going to do the same thing as what we just did, but for the JULES stuff. So we'll go cd into rows meta. This time we're going to go to the JULES standalone, to the head. It's this file with the metadata. Select all that, stick it in there. Watch this bit here when I click apply. Boom, all nice and neat. We've got our surface types, and if we pop this open, we can see all these different sign settings. We're going to leave all that the same at the moment. That's all set up. Our JULES, it's just going to run in serial on our local machine. Just click a save on there. One thing that you will have to do for your machine is sort out the output. So this is the only bit of configuration that we're going to sort of change here, and we're going to change this path to somewhere where you can save. I've actually created a folder for this. We'll just change that to my home. JULES tutorial output. Oh, there's a lot of stuff already in there from me from before. Anyway, we're going to make that my home directory. We'll stick that there. And this is the run ID, so you can actually see from my previous, I've done various experiments. This will just be the name that's at the start of the files created for the simulation. I will talk about all the other bits in another tutorial. Anyway, that's all set up. And click the save button there, and you can hit run suite. Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to fast forward this bit. There we go. We're running. So we have FCM make. It's just doing the compilation at the moment. That succeeded. Woohoo! Now we're running the JULES suite, and this will just take 5 seconds. And whilst it's doing that, what we can do is, when you check out a suite to your directory, it actually creates a folder. So this is in your home directory, and then you will find a roses directory. These are all the roses I have. But when you check out a suite, i.e. this BB219, that will be created as soon as you check it out. And if you change to that directory, just do a pwd so you know where I am. In there, I have included a script called jt_plot_output.py. If you run that, fingers crossed it's all going to work first time of asking, it will plot the output that you just created. That script is based on the options that I just gave you, and you can see there the fluxes of water vapor, heat, the soil temperature, and the soil moisture. That is a simple get up and going with JULES on Rose.